BizChicks TV. We're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. Here are your hosts.
Hey everybody, good morning and welcome to BizChicks TV. This is Tech Life Weekly. TJ and I are here holding it down for the BizChicks, and so we're going to get started with tech history and tech making history. So let me see if I can make this happen on this side over here.
Here's a look at this week in tech history and tech-making history right now. Flashback. Tech history. This week, mid-July, July 18th, 1968, Intel was founded by Robert Noyce, Andy Grove, and Gordon Moore in Mountain View, California. This marked the birth of a company that would dominate the microprocessor revolution. July 17th. Chosen as the icon date for the Apple Calendar emoji, this day became World Emoji Day starting in 2014. July 1st, 1979. Sony released the Walkman TPS-L2, pioneering portable music and changing listening habits forever. July 9th, 1981. Nintendo unleashed Donkey Kong, introducing Mario and igniting decades of gaming culture. July 20th, 1969. Apollo 11 landed on the moon. While not a tech company creation, this remains one of humanity's greatest technological accomplishments. These milestones reveal how mid-July has repeatedly marked breakthroughs, from hardware and software to space exploration. Tech-making history. This week, July 14, 2025, NVIDIA hits a $4 trillion market cap. NVIDIA became the first publicly traded company to reach a $4 trillion valuation, surpassing Apple and Microsoft, highlighting its dominance in AI semiconductors. US eases restrictions on NVIDIA's H20 AI chips to China. On July 14, 15, the Trump administration reversed export controls, allowing NVIDIA to resume H20 chip sales to China, paving the way for renewed access to that vast market. Samsung Galaxy Unpacked unveils latest foldables and watch series. On July 9th, Samsung revealed the Galaxy Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7, Z Flip 7 FE, and the Watch 8 lineup. Highlights include the thinnest foldable yet, a 200MP camera, Exynos Snapdragon chips, and Gemini AI on their wearables. AI Appreciation Day, July 16th. Global recognition of AI's impact across industries, healthcare, business, daily life, and emphasis on responsible, ethical AI development. OpenAI launches ChatGPT Agent on July 17th. OpenAI debuted its ChatGPT Agent, a goal-oriented assistant capable of autonomously completing tasks using system tools, marking a new step in AI agent capabilities. Pentagon taps commercial AI firms. Reported on July 15th. The U.S. Department of Defense awarded contracts to 4 firms to enhance military AI for logistics, threat analysis, and battlefield decision-making.
And that is your week in tech history and tech making history. And what I thought was interesting about a couple of things was, one, I never knew the names of the guys who started Intel. I was like, oh, it's like that was different. Okay.
Interesting.
Very. And then, and they were in Mountain View, California, which is still Silicon Valley.
Right.
Yeah. And without them playing in the sand, we probably wouldn't have the stuff that we have. And NVIDIA wouldn't be where it is either at $4 trillion valuation.
True.
And then the other thing that caught my attention was that ChatGPT is releasing the agent. And a lot of people have been talking about AI agents, and that just means where the AI does stuff. You already talked to us about this before.
Yeah, this was something the agent thing was something they had talked up that has always been in the works, and a lot of the other generative AI models it's always been a thing coming up, but now they've announced it like it's ready, like you can use.
But the other AI agents that we had weren't quite as good. Remember, because you can answer stuff. I saw when Meta had it in Facebook where the AI could answer for you hi, I'm not here right now. You know,
Hmm.
where you had the thing answering for you. Well, that was part of that, but this is now on a whole nother level.
Right.
I
Exactly.
I read the article by Mark Schaefer,
Hmm.
um, and he had a lady on the podcast that talked about how she used her AI. I'm not sure which one she used as a business coach. Just
Well, you can pretty
started
much use
talking.
it right now. Where you use anyone, it doesn't have to be ChatGPT. You can use
Mhm.
anyone. So
And she was talking to it, tell me how to keep on track and blah blah blah. I said, oh, I'm gonna try that. See if I
yeah,
see if I can be more productive. You know what I mean? If you just need
yeah.
AI
You
help,
just,
and
I mean, we're at the point with all these tools. You just ask it whatever. You don't have to. I am a business coach. You don't do that anymore. You just say, hey. Can you help me? I think I did one with my Jessica. I said something about being 10% better at something, and it, she gave me all this stuff. So I didn't have to make a prompt. Cause see, I've been talking to it for almost 3 years. Well, yeah, almost 4 years or
mm-hmm.
2. I can't remember the dates, but it
Yeah,
has all of that stuff in memory because I keep the memory on. So I don't have to go. You are a so and so specialist, and I don't have to do that. All I go in and say, hey, and I do this a lot. When I read, say for instance, like Mark Schaefer, when I read his stuff or anybody on LinkedIn or anywhere, and I see an interesting quote, I go to ChatGPT and I say, hey, I read this online, and I put the quote in and it starts talking to me about it because it knows that I'm talking about marketing already. I don't have to prime it. See,
right.
that's
And
where we are.
right, and I think it's important for people who are getting started with their chat, whatever it is, GPT, Perplexity, whoever you're talking to.
Gemini is doing pretty good.
Yeah, Gemini is doing good too because
Yeah, I
I
didn't like
was
Google stuff. What was it called? Bard? I didn't like that.
Bard. Yeah, Bard was not
Mm-mm.
good when it came out. Bard
Now,
was not. Look, Bard was worse than Copilot when it came out, or Bing, and I'm like,
oh,
I don't
Bing,
like
yeah.
Bing.
Hmm. Yeah.
Bing
So
came out the gate, but then I was like,
I've been tearing it up with Gemini. It's free.
And Gemini, it talks back to you and tells you stuff like, it.
I saw because I'm in a couple AI groups on Facebook, and one of them was like, "Oh, look at this image that I made with Gemini." I was like, that thing was almost as good as Midjourney, almost like neck and neck.
Mm,
And I was like, "Well, it's free, but they
I'm gonna have to,
limit you. They limit you."
right. Like you can only make 3 or 4 a day or
Now
something like that.
I think it was more than I think it was 10 I did, and then it said, "Okay, that was enough for the I had reached my limit."
Okay, but the point is that you can make stuff like if you're doing a book, you can now do books with illustrations
Yes, yes,
because you can tell it what kind of illustration you want and it'll
yes.
create it and it's yours. It's
It's
not like it
yours.
went and it didn't go get somebody else's stuff. This
Yeah,
came out
see,
of
that's
your
the
mind.
thing with, and especially with, say for instance, you're not paying for any of the tools. You want to use the free tools, fine, but you got to fine tune it to where you get the maximum out of the free level. So with Gemini, with the images, you can seed it with the image that you already have. Like, I want something like this, and you put that in, and you say, give me an image like this, ta-da, and you tweak it. Maybe instead of a white or black person, you want an Asian, or you wanted this, or the ethnicity, or the color of the couch, or the background, or this or that.
Yeah, you just talk to it like you're talking to a human. Okay, question for you. Did you ever watch Her?
I have not watched it yet. It's on my list. Doggone it.
Oh, it was good.
It's on
Now
my list.
I watched The Amateur yesterday. Oh, that
Uh-huh.
movie was good.
What's that one about? Is that an
Um
AI?
not well, not quite AI. It is tech though. The guy, his wife got killed or something. She was in London by some hostage. She was a hostage or something.
Yeah.
And the CIA would not do anything about it.
So he did
Because
something.
it was the CIA. Something happened with the CIA and they wouldn't do nothing about it. So he worked for the CIA in Langley, and he said, I need you to teach me how to be a person in the field. Since y'all not going to go find out what happened, I'm going to go.
Okay.
And he was the dude that hangs back in the computers.
Analyst. Yeah, he's an analyst.
He was the analyst, and he was looking at all the files and doing all this stuff. And Lawrence Fishburne was in there, so they hired him to teach him, right? But then, you know, because he threatened them, like, look, I'm gonna snitch and tell all this stuff that y'all doing, because unless you teach me how to do what I need to do. So they started teaching him, but then they decided to kill him, and they sent Lawrence Fishburne to kill him. But he used all of his smarts.
Yes. Plus
as an analyst.
Yes.
And how to all of his tech stuff. And he like he said, I'm the one that wrote the code for this. So I was like, oh, this is good.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to put that one on my list too.
It's called The Amateur. It is very good. I think it's a remake, but I don't care.
Probably, but you know, hey, everything, you know, what's new?
It was a good movie. I like sci-fi and tech, so
me too.
Right. So anyway, with tech history, that was some interesting stuff about ChatGPT and having the agent model that's out now.
Yeah.
And then they had AI Appreciation Day or something, and how everybody's supposed to get together. I'm like, are we a little early for this? Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
AI Appreciation.
I was like, aren't we just a tad bit early?
So that's like having Electricity Appreciation Day. Because remember, I said this is like, these are things we don't think about. AI is going to be like that, where we're going to be like, what? We're just going to do things.
Right. So Global AI Appreciation Day was July 16th, and it says global recognition of AI's impact across industries, healthcare, business, and daily life, and an emphasis on responsible, ethical AI development. Okay, whatever. I'm like, I don't know if it deserved a day, but okay. Like you said, it's a thing we use.
What is it called? The government has a name for it. The water, air, electric. There's something.
Utilities?
Yes. AI is a utility now.
Yes, it is. It is just one of the tools you use every day. and there are some people who's like, no, I'm not going to use it. And they're just fighting it. I was like,
have you used Facebook? I would ask them. Then you've used AI.
Yeah.
You use Google Photos. You use the photo app on iPhone. That's all AI. You're already using it, so.
Mm-hmm. I was like, yes. And then the last story was that the Pentagon is tapping commercial AI firms. Okay, so the Pentagon, and you know how the government is to adopt stuff, right? So they awarded contracts to 4 firms to enhance their military AI. Now they're telling us for AI logistics, threat analysis, and battlefield decision making, but we know better.
Yes, we know better.
Mm-hmm. That was tech history.
Okay.
And what do you have for us today, TJ?
Okay, let's see. Since we talked a little bit about it already, but I'll save that one for at the end. What? Oh, okay. So this week on social media news and updates, let's start with TikTok. TikTok has added new features to highlight songwriters. Okay, so you know TikTok started out as Musical.ly, which was young kids, teens, lip syncing to songs and
Mm-hmm.
recording themselves and putting it up for their friends, and then ByteDance bought them, and now you have the phenomenon known as TikTok. So TikTok is adding new features to its app to let songwriters highlight their works. This is also in beta. It's called a songwriter. It's going to have a songwriter label and a new tab where you can show off your music if you're a songwriter. TikTok said a limited number of publishing partners and songwriters have access to the new label and the music highlights section. So those who want to join the program, there's a wait list. So what TikTok did, they said they surveyed over 870 songwriters and interviewed several songwriters to understand their needs in relation to the profile building and creating monetization opportunities. Because of course they're doing all this, for monetization, and also to get, more content, more users, more money, more ads, more money. So they're also let's see. Oh, they're saying the outcome of these surveys is the decision why they decided to put the feature in. Now, here's the quote. TikTok is unique in its ability to offer songwriters a way to highlight their musical works alongside their own content, helping them to tell stories about their music, their craft, and their lives, and to raise their profile and build the audience on TikTok, as hundreds of thousands of artist creators already do. So they're looking to make sure that songwriters get their credit, which could help them build a fan base in the app. And again, that helps bring more people in. They want people to use the app, because if no one's using an app and they're not happy with the app dies. Then the money dies. So here's a couple of little stats I thought was cool in the article. TikTok has emerged as a key platform for music discovery, with a recent report showing that 84% of the songs that reached the Billboard 200 list in 2024, they first gained traction in the app. Now, there's a link to where they got this statistic. I didn't tap it, but they have a link to that study. Also, U.S. TikTok users are also 74% more likely to discover and share music in the app. And the record industry now relies on TikTok trends to help drive discovery and reach. So they're saying in some instances, some record labels have even changed the names of the songs to better align with TikTok trends, while a lot of trending artists have come from these music trends. So it's, as I said before, it was Musical.ly, and that's a key there. Musical.ly, it was based on music. So that is
Right.
kind of heart of TikTok. So they are trying to, build a community for songwriters, and then you can, do the things you need to do on TikTok instead of somewhere else. And I think in this article they made a reference to, what was that other platform with Tom on it? That it was the early days. I'm forgetting the thing.
Was it MySpace?
Yes, that was it. MySpace. Because remember, MySpace had all the little things, and it was, that's where all the trends happened. Kids were hanging out, and you had to have a MySpace. So now it's like TikTok is a 2025 version of that, and they're adding more things, just like MySpace did. All right, so let's move on to Meta. So Meta has announced a crackdown on unoriginal Facebook content. Ooh, days after who did this? YouTube did this. YouTube said they were down. Yeah, so here comes Meta saying, "Oh well, we're gonna, we're gonna get rid of unoriginal Facebook content." Now, what is this about? So they announced they're going to take additional measures to crack down on accounts sharing unoriginal content to Facebook, meaning those that repeatedly reuse someone else's text, photos, or videos. So they've already taken down about 10 million profiles that were impersonating large content creators. So they're trying to, clean up the neighborhood.
So, but this was happening before, because remember you used to get somebody copying your account and stuff. That was happening. They just now getting to this.
Yeah. So now they're coming in. Oh yeah, we're going to do it too. So again, they're following YouTube. So you know, because content has been really easy. We were talking about AI. It's really easy to make content now. It's really easy to take somebody's post or thing or image or whatever and copy it, or you know, if you were really smart about copying, like I said earlier, you could take an image and go to AI and say, make me something similar to this but different. You know, that's not a copy, that's more of a remix. And if you were really smart about it, you would say, well, I got the idea from this person, and you could add them or, you know, credit or whatever. But they're not doing that. So they're just straight up, you know, copying. So Meta, yeah. So Meta said they won't penalize users who are engaging with other people's content, doing things like making reaction videos, joining a trend, or adding their own takes. Instead, Meta's focuses on the reposting of others' content, either on spam accounts or those that pretend to belong to the original creator, like Fran just said. So I've seen a lot of this complaints, especially on Instagram. I follow some people that take like photographers, and they're like, people take their photos all the time and don't give them credit. We post them as their own, all of that. So Meta's trying to get on top of that. It's a little kind of late, but like I said, they're trying to clean up after the party. It's already started. Like, so they're saying accounts that abuse the system by repeatedly reusing someone else's content will lose access to Facebook monetization programs for a period of time and see reduced distribution of their posts. So they will detect duplicate videos. They will also reduce the distribution of the copies to ensure the original creator gets the views and the credit. They're also testing a system that adds links on duplicate videos that point viewers to the original content. Now, how can they do that with AI? Because AI is going to go matchy. This matches something that was already posted. And again, this gets into copyright a little bit where, you know, there's, I got to copy. If you're the first person to post it online, there's things that knows that you are the originator. And if somebody else, and now they're building up more and more tools to say, hey, wait a minute, this was already posted by Fran last month. Why are you posting the same thing and not giving credit or pretending to be the original content creator? So now these tools are coming up and AI is doing that, going, hold up. You can do that, but I'm going to put a link to Fran's post.
Yeah.
Oh, this was originally posted by Fran on, you know, and it's going to have the date and all of that stuff. So people think that they can steal other people's content. The tools are coming. It's fast and furious. It's catching up. It's catching up. And it's, you know, there's metadata in all of these ads, not ads, the AI tools, invisible stuff, invisible watermarks, invisible patterns, because these things are made by computers. So a computer knows when another company. That's how I think I mentioned this before. I was using Adobe's Fire. Is it Firefly? Their AI tool. So
Yeah.
I because and in there, like I said, you could seed it with something, and you could seed it with an image and say, make my prompt look like this, so you can give it a little bit of help. But I think I screenshot or something, another AI image, and it said you can't use this because it's an AI image. I was like, how does it know it was a screenshot? How does it know that? So I'm telling you, there's things there that you cannot see that later on down the road, like this, Meta is saying you can, you know, mess around and steal somebody's content, but we're going to slap a big stamp on it that say this was done by so-and-so on this date. And you can believe your eye, you know, because we're in that point, and I said is where your eyes are being fooled. No longer can we go, oh, you know, that's video, it can't be faked. That's audio, it can't be faked. We're there. So they're building in tools to combat that. And a little bit more in this article, they were talking about, you know, I just said the rise of AI technology, that term AI slop. We talked about that last time. It's a term referencing low quality media content made using generative AI. YouTube is doing their thing. Now here comes Meta trying to do the same thing about the AI slop and people stealing content. So here's some. They have a section, I guess, on this on the website where it says the company offers tips for making original content. Meta notes that creators shouldn't just be stitching together clips or adding their watermark when using content from other sources, and they should focus on authentic storytelling, not short videos offering little value. And again, this goes back to how easy it is to make a video. And this is the thing. If it's so easy to make a video, make an original one. This is what they're saying. They're saying they're going to focus on authentic storytelling and original content, because they have tools that can tell that this was something that you did not make, that you took it from someplace else. So go to AI and make your own original content. It's easy now. There's no difficulty now. Pick a tool. It doesn't matter. So Meta says these changes will roll out gradually over the months ahead. So, they're giving you time to adjust. And creators will also be able to see if they're at risk of content recommendation or monetization penalties in the support home screen from their page or professional profiles main menu. So you'll be able to see if you're in trouble, because Instagram has that also. They have a place where you can go and see if you've been shadow banned, and all the things that people say, well, Instagram is doing this and that. Instagram is no. Go to this, I think it's Meta something support center or something. You can see all of that stuff that's going on. One more from Meta. Facebook adds music for text posts. Facebook is adding the music sharing option, with users now able to add music as well as new theme backgrounds for select artists to your Facebook posts. You can now add a music track to accompany your text post, which will let your Facebook connections immediately listen to the song in the stream. Here's the quote: "Music has always been something that brings people together, and since the very beginning, Facebook has been about showcasing what you're into and connecting you with your friends. And now Facebook is making it easier than ever to add music to your feed posts for more ways to express yourself and create fun, engaging content to share with others." Now, this isn't making a video. This is you making a post. Like, what does it say in Facebook? It says, "What's on your mind?" or whatever.
Yeah, you can say text. What's on your mind. Yeah, and it's text, or and then they allow you to put up a picture.
Yes, or it takes the text and makes a graphic. You can put music to that, and guess what that will do? That will put you in the video category if you put up more than one. See, remember we talked about Meta now making every video a reel. Even lives are real now. So
yep,
moving towards that. This is a part of it. Okay, let's one more. Let's go to Google. Google has begun rolling out AI summaries in Discover. Discover is the feed when you use Google on the mobile, on your smartphone. It's the G app. I use it all the time. When I, before the other AI tools came up, I would always tap my G and search and do whatever I need. But now they have a news feed, and it's generated off of things that you search for or you're interested in. So every time you go back in, it refreshes and gives you news. So that's the Discover feed. So what they're doing, instead of seeing a headline from a major publications, users will see multiple news publisher logo in the top left corner, followed by an AI generated summary that can cite those sources. What this is simply the AI summary that you see on the desktop. Whenever you search for something, that first section is a AI summary of, trying to match your search intent. And then to the right, there's like 2 or 3 links to sources that they gather, and you can go to those websites. So they're putting that into the app now.
Good.
A Google spokesperson confirmed it's not a test but a launch. The feature will appear on iOS and Android in the US, with a focus on trending lifestyle topics like sports and entertainment. So this feature will also make it easier for people to decide what pages they want to visit. In addition to the summaries, Google has been trying out other ways to present the news displayed in Discover. Some stories will include a set of bullet points below the headline or will be grouped with similar news. So they're trying to, if you search for a topic, it's going to, okay, let's gather all these news sources, and then we're going to do a little summary, and then we're going to say, do you want, you might want this, that, and the other that's associated with the topic. Now, Perplexity, if you haven't used it, Perplexity does this in their app. You will, put your request in for AI, whatever it is. It goes through the web, it searches around, and then it returns the information. And then at the bottom of that, it's like you may also want to ask this, and it's in the forms of questions related to the question or the query that you put in at the beginning. So you can kind of go on, and I have done this, you kind of go on a tangent and it'll just keep throwing, well, you might, if you're interested in this is related to the story, this is related to the thing that you're searching, and then you go down the steps of different things. So that's what this is. I believe this is it. When you search for something, it say, well, how about this and how about that, and you tap on it and it makes another query or it makes another request, and you go down that little side street of, well, I wasn't heading down this way, but you're taking me there, so let's see what we got there. So that's what that really is. This presenting the news in a different way to keep you interested. Why? So you keep using the app. Now, of course, the publishing industry isn't, they're not kind of happy with this, because with AI overviews and AI mode, users no longer have to visit a website directly to get the answers. So it's being summarized for you automatically or shared in a chatbot style interface. Outside of Google, the same trend is seen across other AI apps like ChatGPT or Perplexity. So that I didn't see that part, but they did mention Perplexity. Like I said, I've used it and done the, asked it an AI, whatever I want to ask it. And then at the bottom of that section, when it's done with the summary, it has some suggestions of what is the next thing I might want to ask about this topic. And I can go in without doing the work. So Google is putting that into their app. Now, this is not Gemini app, because they do have a Gemini app. I have that also, but that Gemini app is the actual chat tool. The Google app is the old Google app, but they're throwing AI stuff into it to keep you interested, to make you happy, because you're there to search for things. So it's like,
I'm thinking they're going to eventually throw Gemini over there, or Gemini is going to incorporate the G, and it'll all be under.
Yeah, it could be all one. G, all G for Gemini, or it could be whatever. So things are coming. I think it's interesting. And like I said, I've used Perplexity, I've used Claude, I've used the G. There's another one that does Break the Web. That's another one that's AI. It's an AI generated, but it goes and gets the top 10 stories for the day. And I don't go to it, it comes to me, because the little notifications say, hey, Break the Web, these are the top 10 stories. And if I'm interested, I tap on it, and then it has the little AI summary. So you can, again, this is not just ChatGPT. This is everything. This is wherever you go for your news.
That sounds like Google Plus almost.
Oh, yeah.
Where you pick the topic and then you say, bring me news on this topic, and it goes out and brings all the news.
Because when you're searching for something, these tools are now, they I forgot the word for it. There's a word for it, and it's escaping me, but it's like they search intent, but it's another word. It's
interest based. I think it's now interest based search, not.
But there's like a technical word for it, because I've been following this for a while, that Google had it. It's escaping me, but it's getting to the point where instead of you typing something and it just gives you a dummy answer, it tries to the word is escaping me. It starts on an S, but it tries to match the intent, and as best as it can, and it's getting better and better at it. Because speaking of Google Plus, there was this guy I used to follow that he either worked for Google or something about. He's like an expert in search like search engine and what they were working on. So he's talked about, speaking of Google Plus, I remember him talking about this kind of thing on Google Plus, and there's a word that he used. I cannot remember the word is. So way back, Google Plus, you know, they've been working on this for a while. This is not new stuff. So, but it's coming to the forefront and they're making it easy to use. So you don't have to know the technical part of it. You just go, I want what I want. And Google says, hey, here you go. Or the other apps go, hey, we know what you want. Here you go. Or they ask you, did you want A or B? Do you want to go here, left or right? And then depending on what you pick, you go down this road of information. So it's a great time. You know, AI is a great tool. It's also can be a negative tool. And we're not going to get into that, but just realize good things are coming.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go. And speaking of good things, here's the last one. OpenAI just announced ChatGPT Agent. This is the new agent can browse the web, run code, fill out forms, and much, much more. So it's a new capability built on top of existing models that allowing them to perform real world tasks autonomously using a virtual computer. It combines the intelligence of the model with tools like a visual browser to click and scroll through websites like a person, a terminal to run code or manipulate files, access to connectors to pull in data from services like Gmail, Google Drive, etc. And I think when we first talked about this, I remember the example in the article was Instacart. Like you would say, oh, I need to make dinner. And then if you would talk about recipes, and then it would go, okay, I want to make beef bourguignon. I don't know why that came to me. And then it says, okay. And it goes to your Instacart and puts all things in Instacart and buys it for you because it's already connected. See, you only do
that's the agent.
one thing and it does the rest.
And so that's like sending Rosie the robot to the store to pick all the stuff up and bring it back home.
Yeah, and I think another example was about a vacation. Like you want to go to Italy. Well, it made the itinerary, you know, whatever city you're going to, it made the itinerary, it did this, it did that. It was connected to, you know, the airlines, and it made your flight plans and your this and your that. And you didn't have to do anything but ask it one question. And then you and the AI have a conversation about the itinerary you want to, how many days, what hotel, what air. And it went out and did these things. So we're here. That's what the agent is going to do. It's connected to all of these other places. So instead of you going, okay, this is how we used to do it. We used to Google, I want to go to Rome. And then you would Google it. And then you'd have to look at, well, the hotel. Then you have to research the hotel. And you went to TripAdvisor, or you went to a lot of these other sites where people were talking about their vacation and they loved this hotel versus that hotel. Then you had to research it. Then you had to go to the hotel website and then figure out the reservation. And then you had to go to Delta or whatever airline. And then you got to get this is going to do all that for you. No more, I got to go to 5-10 websites. You go to one.
This was what the voice activated assistants, they were trying to do.
Yes.
Back in the day when they first came out. I'm talking about HomePod.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say your person's name.
A. We call it the A.
The A.
Call it the A.
When all of that stuff was meant to do what we're doing now.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah.
Yes, it's like, okay, here's a real world example. You're the CEO of a company. You got assistants and secretaries, and you know, I don't know if they're calling them secretaries now. We'll say executive assistants. And you say, I need to go to Rome in 2 weeks, and you know, you just book. You know, I'm just doing that, but you're nice about it. And the secretary or the assistant does everything.
Right.
Like they know who to call. Right. So you just make the request.
Right. And they know what airline you like to fly on. They know what you like to eat when you're on the plane. They know what driver
you got your business credit card, your business account, so everything's handled.
And you didn't have to pay them whatever you pay them a year to. do that.
That's a part of their job as the assistant, is the executive
Mhm.
assistant to the president, to the CEO. They made a request. Get so and so on the phone. Get Oprah on the phone. Get whoever on the phone. The president, the CEO doesn't pick up the phone until the assistant buzzes them in the office and say, "Oh, I have President Obama on the line or whoever," and you just pick up. I didn't make the call. I made a request to my assistant.
That is good. That was genius right there. You make a request, you make the request, not do the work. You're not
Right.
doing the work. You just make the request.
The assistant knows to call how to have everything paid for with finance, with the accountants, with the this, with the that. They know, oh, you need a driver to the airport. They know the driver service to you. All of those things have business accounts with the company. So there's no exchange of, well, you got to put the business credit card in. All of that is done with a simple request from the CEO or the whoever it is that has that authority. The assistant does it, and it's all set up. You don't have to say, well, give me your credit card to the CEO. It's already in there. It's all that information is in there because it's business accounts. So the assistant is just relaying the request to all of these other places. You need a hotel, done. You need the driver, done. You need the airline, done. You need all of that. So it does that.
And so it's talking to the other agents that are in those places.
Yes.
Like if it's booking an Uber, it'll say, okay, you like Uber X or you like Uber Black or whatever it is.
Already to your account. It's already connected through chat. Everything is in there.
And it's not talking to another human.
Right. One bot to another. All right, so here's the rest of the article. So think of the ChatGPT agent as a unified agentic system, a powerful assistant, we just said, that can act, not just chat. It uses the underlying model to reason, plan, and interact with tools in a way previous versions of ChatGPT couldn't. That means it can now browse the web, fill out forms, run code, edit spreadsheets, generate slideshows, and even sync with your real-world apps, all while giving you full control over what it does and when. So OpenAI says that this new agent mode thinks and acts using its own virtual computer, enabling it to handle complex action-oriented requests. So that's what I was just saying about having an assistant. So here they're saying, for example, users will be able to issue commands such as look at my calendar and brief me on an upcoming client meeting based on recent news, or plan and buy ingredients to make Japanese breakfast for 4. These are the examples from OpenAI. So again, this new feature is available for those who subscribe to Pro, Plus, or Teens plan. So this is the paid side of ChatGPT. So they're saying that it builds on and combines capabilities from the ChatGPT operator and deep research tools that are already there. Operate and browse the web, while deep research analyzes online resources to do things like compile reports. So Pro, Plus, and Team users can activate ChatGPT these agent capabilities directly through the tool drop down from the composer by selecting agent mode at any point in the conversation. Now, I went to my account. I didn't see anything yet, so it's probably still rolling out. And I don't know, Fran, if you want to check yours real quick, but there's supposed to be
I
some kind of drop down.
I saw that it had a new update, and I did not update it.
Okay, because see, it usually will pop up and say when there's a new feature, it will tell you what it is. I didn't see it, but let me look on my phone real quick and see, because
it says update available. Click to install. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I don't have mine either. So let me update.
Oh, there it is. Let's see, ChatGPT, and there should be one that says agent mode.
Yes, that's it, agent mode.
Oh, more models. Let me see.
No, it's not. It shouldn't be. It should say agent. It shouldn't be like a model. I'm not sure, because like I said, I went to look. I didn't see mine. I looked on the desktop. Let me look again. I didn't see it because I wanted to
look down here. I know you can now, you can record on, you can record as well. What is this? Down on the bottom.
Yeah, the voice mode and all that. I don't see it on mine yet, but again, it will pop up. Whenever there's something new, it will pop up and say, oh, you now have whatever. And I haven't seen it yet. So
I'm trying to see what these little icons are down here on the bottom of my. I'm at 4.0.
Where did it say it should be? It says in the tools section. So that's in the request box. Yes, the tool drop down from the composer. That's the box where you type in your request. And it should be something that says agent mode. And you can switch into agent mode at any point in your chat. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. So it's under tools. I don't have it yet. Unless maybe I log out and log in. I'll try that. Because sometimes that will, sometimes that will jog it. Let me see.
That's deep research.
Yeah, so it should be there. It'll say agent mode.
Great. I have, 4.0 is great for most tasks. 03 for advanced reasoning, fastest at advanced
it's
reasoning.
not there. It's in the box where it says tools. That's the model where you switch the models. It's not there. It's in the box where you type in your request. There's a tools button. That's where
I'm not seeing that part yet. I can record something. I can talk to it, but I don't see the
it's
agent.
not there yet for me either. So just keep checking. And let me see.
I'm gonna close it and see what happens. Let me.
Yeah, I just logged out. I'm gonna log back in.
We like to play in the sand around here, so that is what we're gonna do.
You might need to log out. That's what I'm doing. Because I don't see it.
And they said it was going to be prevalent, right? So
yeah, it should be available.
It actually launched on the 17th. So
yeah, it should be available unless they're doing like a slow rollout, but they didn't say they were doing a slow rollout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me open AI. Let me open. Let me log out and see.
Yeah, because
now this is popular, so they,
it could be everybody's probably jumping on it.
I don't have it.
Did you try the new?
I'll check tomorrow. I'll check back tomorrow. I don't have it. But then again, like I said, it's not something I'm going to try it. It wasn't, everybody else is jumping on it, trying to get in there. So if everybody's trying to get in the club.
You know what? Is it for Pro? Because it may not be for Plus.
No, it is for Plus.
Okay, so because I have. Okay, because there's Pro. There is Pro, Plus. I'm on Plus, but they have Pro. Pro is the other one that is what, $200 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why, because I just saw it pop in. Our latest reasoning it's in the Pro. Wait a minute. Let me look. Wait. Tools. I got deep research, create, image, web search, and canvas. I just asked y'all to tell me where to go. I didn't ask y'all to do all that.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, everybody's trying to get it. They haven't rolled it out yet. So I'll check back tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's your updates for the week.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. Hope I just didn't buy something that I wasn't trying to buy. I just wanted to know.
Oh, did you buy the Pro?
I don't know. We're getting ready to find out if I bought the Pro. So I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm not buying the Pro. I heard good things about it. Somebody
but I ain't paying $200 a month for it.
Yeah, but somebody was saying that it was great. And I was like, well, I'm not $200 a month ready for it yet. Not quite yet.
I need to understand it.
Not quite yet, but I had to find out who it was. Somebody on Facebook, and they were saying it was like, I think you get more like with Sora. If you're making a bit, you get more with that. You get more.
You get more credits,
models,
extended.
You get unlimited access to all the models.
Yeah.
Because it is limited. The plus, even though you pay the $20 a month, it's not unlimited. So, but I have never reached the limit, so I don't know. The people that are hardcore users that are reaching the limits on plus, well, they can get the pro and get the unlimited. But I'm pretty happy with this $20 one. So I don't need that yet. I don't need that yet.
Nope.
So no.
And that you start with the free stuff, and then when you see that you need to move up, then you move up. And
right.
Then
see, I don't think I would want the free one because, like I was saying about, I have my assistant is trained to know me. I don't have to do a lot of, I don't have to do a lot of prompting. I just go in and start talking. Like I said, I'm the CEO. And my executive assistant, I walk in and I say, hey, I'm going to Rome. I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Rome in 2 weeks. Book it. And I walk in my office and sit down and do what I got to do. I'm not the one doing the work. ChatGPT is doing the work. Jessica's doing the work for me. And she knows what I like. If I have the free one, I have to constantly say, okay, remember that you have to prime it with a whole bunch of stuff. And some people are doing that, but not me.
Anywho, I'm gonna keep playing with it because it's helping me write things and helping me be more efficient with my time, which is so valuable.
Yes, and then when I want to ask it, that's something that's off brand that I don't want it to mess up my stuff. There's the temporary chat. I've used that a lot. If I want to ask you something off from what I'm doing, I go to temporary chat. It works. We have a conversation. After 6 hours, is deleted. It goes away. So,
and it doesn't take up space, and it doesn't mess up your original conversation.
Doesn't mess up my memory. OpenAI is not using it to train. It's a separate area. It's the sandbox. So I go in there and play in the sandbox and ask it all kind of. I don't want it to mess with I got my stuff set up now. I don't want to do a blog post or article and then all this other stuff comes in. I'm like, no, I have to tell it, disregard that. And who wants to do that? So again, I love the example of you being the CEO and your executive assistant knows everything and you just give it one request.
Because they know what kind of water you like, what kind of food you want to eat, all of that.
Whether you want to leave in the morning, whether you want to leave at night, what's your favorite airline, what's your favorite hotel, give the hotel instructions on what you like in your room, all of those things. See? So
this is good. Very good.
But this agent, I'm very excited to try it. I want to see what it's all about. Yes. And when we get it, we will
let you
work on it. And if you have it, let us know.
Yeah, do that, please. So we want to thank you for tuning in today. And we also want to give you an opportunity to connect with us. You can go to text biz to 33777 to get on our text list. We don't spam, but we just want to, in case we need to update you with something, we can get to you very quickly. And you can also go simply to bizchicks.net, become a part of the BizChicks community. We're looking at talking about things like this today, where we may do a class or a workshop on AI, what you need to know, the ins and outs, and how you can use it in your business. Because a lot of people are kind of apprehensive sometimes with new things and don't understand how it could be of a benefit to you. So look out for a workshop in the coming days, and we'll make it where it's easy for you to get to it easy for you to sit down and be able to talk about it.
Yes.
And so this has been good. We will see you next week. TJ will be here on Tuesday talking about more about social media, marketing, and things of that nature, and how you need to use it in your business. Folks, I'm telling you, everything online. It's all happening online, and you need to know how to maneuver. So be sure to tune in with us. Monday, we'll be talking, coffee conversations. Tuesday, TJ's back. Wednesday, Coach Karen talks about bringing in profits every day. Thursday is all about Robin Shimizu with Happy Healthy Habits. And then we're right back here on Friday talking tech with Tech Life Weekly. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, Brittany, who is our AI agent, she's going to take it away.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in today. We trust you've learned something to help you build a more profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. See you next time.